Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Talking Greenwood with Mayor B. I'm Mayor B, and I'm here today with our series of Meet Your Council Person. I'm here with our Ward 6 representative, Mr. Ronnie Abels.
Hello.
How are you, Ronnie?
Doing fine.
Good, good. So Ronnie, you represent Ward 6.
That's correct.
You want, and I know a lot of Ward 6 is on the south end of town.
Yeah.
You want to tell, and I'm sure if you're interested, you can go online and click on the map. We have it on there. But you want to tell people where all Ward 6 goes?
They've got me scattered around.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Like I said, most of it's in South Greenwood. There's a Matthews Mill Village, and then I have over on Connie Maxwell. I have Connie Maxwell. I have Maxwell Heights. I'm just scattered all around Greenwood. I even have a couple of streets over around Lander.
Yeah, I remember you telling me
Yeah.
that. Yeah, looking at that map is kind of interesting. I know every few years, I can't remember how frequently. I think we're up to have
Every 10 years, I believe.
That's right. That's right. And so you've been 11 years.
11 years this month.
Wow. Wow. Well, what I feel like these are a good chance to really get in depth and know you, Councilman. What led you to run 11 years ago?
Well, I talked about, I was on the city council in Honeypath back down in the early 70s.
Wow.
And I got out because I had a wife and family and I had that to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when I moved to Greenwood, I didn't even know who my council person was.
Who was it?
Miss Turnberg.
Okay.
And the only reason I know then, I saw her at a parade and I said, "Who's that lady there?" They said, "Oh, that's your council person." I said, "Oh, wow, okay." And but I like it.
Yeah.
I like helping people, and I remember I told my wife, I said, I think I'm gonna run for city council. She said, "What, again? What you want in that mess for again?" I said,
Uh-huh.
"Like helping people." So I don't understand it, but I'll support you. So
That's interesting. I don't know too many people who've been on council in two different towns or
Yeah.
cities. That's interesting.
yeah, I served 4 years in Honeypath. They had 2-year terms up there, so I served 2 terms in Honeypath.
Gotcha.
And that was from 76 to 80. And then I moved to Greenwood in 1990.
So what brought you to what brought you to Greenwood?
My wife was originally from Greenwood. We got married, and I was originally from Honeypath. I had a business in Honeypath. I had a home in Honeypath. So I said, "Hey, we got to go to Honeypath."
Right.
So we stayed up there for 13 years, and her dad's health wasn't good. Her mother had passed away a few years earlier, and we just moved down to help take care of him.
And the rest is history.
Yeah,
What business did you have in Honeypath?
a restaurant.
Okay.
It was a family-owned restaurant business, and
I didn't know you were in the restaurant business. Wow. What kind of restaurant is it?
short orders.
Gotcha. Wow. And, Honeypath, it isn't too far away from us.
No.
We go through there sometimes.
About 25 miles.
And you grew up in Honeypath?
Yeah, born and raised there.
That where the Abels are from?
Yeah, well, most of them in northern Abbeville County.
Gotcha. And so when you moved to Greenwood, what line of work were you in when you moved here?
Then I went to work for Greenwood Mills.
And how long were you with Greenwood
And I was
Mills?
with Greenwood Mills I worked for a while, and then I left. Thought it was greener pastures, and they wasn't as green as I thought. So I came back, and altogether about 8 years.
Okay. What was your job there? at Greenwood?
Weaver,
Gotcha. Which plant?
number 5, which they call number 5 is
I know.
Greenwood Mills.
Yeah. In college, I still work for the Greenwood Mills umbrella now as a lawyer, but in college I worked cutting the grass around all the mills. That was number 5 and Chalmers and Harris Plant, 96, and all the properties out there. So I think everybody has some tie to Greenwood Mills if
Yeah,
you've
I
worked.
think so.
Right? Yeah. And so you retired now?
Yeah,
How long you been retired?
I retired in 2010.
Okay.
I really wasn't old enough to retire, but my wife passed away, and I have an autistic son, and he's my top priority.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to make sure that he was taken care of, so I retired a few years early.
Well, if you're ever at any large city event, whether it's Halloween or Christmas parade or barbecue festival or festival of flowers, everybody knows Leonard.
Oh, yeah.
Leonard is he's just a joy to be around, and love catching up with Leonard. And how many children do you have?
4 children.
Wow.
Daughter and 3 sons.
Wow. And I'm at 3, and I'm not ever gonna catch you. I'm gonna let you have that. And you got grandkids?
Yes, 7.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
And-
well, I have, my youngest son passed away about 5 years ago.
Right.
And so we, had a hard time with that. It's,
Sure.
at that younger age, and
Yeah.
he was right in there pulling for me all the way.
That's great. And so, everybody, of course, there's ups and downs in life, and you never lose that memory, of course. But sounds like in 2010 you retired and went straight into running for
I
city
did.
council. No time off there, huh?
My wife passed away 4 days before the election.
Wow, wow. And I can't imagine how tough that must have been. I'm sure it was bittersweet to win, but not have her around.
Well, then we had a protest and had to redo it all over 90 days later.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Good. I wasn't living in Greenwood at the time, but I hadn't moved back yet. But wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And so was it? You ran against Turnberg? Is that-
Yeah,
Okay.
I ran against Mr. Turnberg.
Gotcha. And so, what are some of the things, I guess, that you prioritize on city council? In terms of what you like to see for the city.
Well, we're getting one of them now, is housing. Everywhere I look, people are saying, we need housing.
Right.
We need housing. Well, we're working on that. We're doing, I think, a fantastic job of getting that accomplished.
Yeah, it's really a renaissance in terms of housing. I think we kind of go through cycles, and we're fortunately at the point right now where we're on the upswing to provide the housing that we know we need. And I think the South End is really, which is a lot of what you represent, is really kind of ripe for housing, wouldn't you say?
Yes,
A lot of good opportunities.
Right.
There. Yeah. I know we got one coming in on Florida Avenue, and I think there's some other places we can look around there.
Yeah, that's right down there in my neighborhood.
Right, yeah. And you represent Matthews Mill Village area, and I know another big thing that you've been wanting to get accomplished is a park.
Yeah,
in the
Boundary
south
Park,
of
yeah.
town. You want to tell us about that whole process?
Oh, it's been a process.
It has.
I've been wanting that for 10 years.
Right.
I mean, I've been fighting it for 10 years to try to get a park for South Greenwood. And I was told when I first started, you get us the property, we'll build you a park. Well, that didn't exactly turn out. We had the property the whole time, but I didn't know it.
Right.
And evidently, the park commission, they either didn't know it or something. Anyway, so we've just gotten on the move with it. We hadn't gotten anything done yet, but we've got the money approved, we've got the location, and we've got the plans approved. But
Yeah.
we hadn't turned the first shovel of dirt yet.
Well, we know it's coming, and with the capital project sales tax,
Right.
we'd all love to snap our fingers and have it built yesterday, but I'm really excited about it because I believe in parks, and I know a lot of folks on the south end of town who I think rightfully so feel like they've been neglected for a good bit of time. I mean, I think the Matthews Mill Village is a proud area where they used to turn out, the folks working in the mills. I mean, they had their own little downtown there in Matthews Mill Village, and I got a picture of it in my office actually.
Yeah, oh yeah, they had their own little, well, that's what they called it, the village.
Right, right.
And I have kin people that lived in Greenwood, and I'd come down and spend half the summer with them, and that's where we spent it, at the village.
Right. You didn't have to go anywhere. It was all kind of
movie theaters and
self-contained.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything right there together.
Yeah. There's like I said, it's a proud area. A lot of great Greenwood folks on the south side grew up in Matthews Mill Village, and you had South Side Junior High down there. I know that when I went to Emerald Junior High, that was our big rival. South Side, North Side, and Emerald were big rivals, and that was I know that was a different era of Greenwood, but but I know Matthews Mill Village has a real good community association.
Yeah.
Toya Davis does a good job kind of keeping she's the glue that keeps everybody together down there.
Yeah, she does a great job.
She does, and I know you probably got an earful from old Tony Griffin, who.
Oh yeah, Tony was my buddy.
He was, and he was a curmudgeon, and we missed Tony. He passed away about a year or so ago now. But he would tell you what was going on in Matthews Mill Village. Yeah.
He called me and said, Mr. Abels, I need to talk with you. I said, go ahead. I said, Tony, I said, I'm Ronnie. I said, you're older than I am. My grandma would smack me upside the head. She heard me not say Mr.
He had a real tough exterior, but he was kind of a softie when you got to know him. But well, you've been here 11 years. You don't have seniority. I think Nikki and Miss Hutto and Miss Bowles have been on longer than you, but you've seen some turnover. Too, you look up at the nameplates here. Besides those two, the other ones are different from when you started.
Yeah.
And I guess that's just what happens when you're in local government. But I know there've been some great representatives throughout the years, and I've been blessed to work with a lot of folks, and I think everybody on our council really brings a different perspective to the table. So I'm always eager to listen to different viewpoints, and it may not change mine, but I always like to hear what you have to say, and hear what you've got to say about the folks from Ward 6. Anything on the horizon that you're excited about? I mean, with the city of Greenwood, besides our park and development, anything else that you want to let folks know about?
Well, we're getting stuff going uptown. I mean, there's going to be people say we don't have anything to do in Greenwood. Right uptown on Friday and Saturday night. We've got everything going in Greenwood now.
Yeah. And it's night and day from when I was a kid growing up. Uptown wasn't really where you came for fun.
Oh yeah, you came to shop and go home.
That's right, and pay your taxes and insurance, and now we've got a thriving uptown, and we're just kind of getting started.
Right.
And we're trying to tell people about this new city center master plan, this updated master plan that's got some interesting aspects to it. I don't know how much we're going to be able to afford. We got to pick and choose some of the best options, but I think it could really transform uptown.
Yeah, we need to go through it. Some of the changes I say okay for, and some I say I don't want them to cut Main Street down to 2 lanes.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that we're going to be able to. It's kind of. I didn't know what I thought about it at first. I think I understand it a little bit more, but it's kind of ironic that you cut it to the proposal to cut it down to 2 lanes could potentially increase people, but I don't know. I don't know that DOT is going to let us do it if we wanted to. But you also, you represent the area of the genetics center. Is that part of your ward,
Right on the edge of it.
Okay, gotcha. I just was thinking about that with Connie Maxwell, which is of course, an institution
Yeah.
here in town, and got some great leaders out there, like
Yeah.
Danny Nicholson is a dynamic guy. If y'all haven't met Danny Nicholson, Robert, remind me, we need to do a video with him, because I can promise you, you'll remember, if you meet him, you'll remember it. I meet a lot of people who may not come across, they come across as sincere, but when you get to know them, they're not. Danny Nicholson is as sincere a person as you're going.
Well, my grandfather, which was way before then, was at Connie Maxwell
Really?
for a short period of time when it was an orphanage.
Right. Wow.
He was at Connie Maxwell not long before he was taken in by family from
Wow.
Belton.
You know, it's interesting that y'all, I meet so many people who have family members or were somehow touched by it. So is that how you got to Belton? Your grandfather got adopted?
Well, that's why my mother's family from Belton.
Right.
And we were from Honeypath, 8 miles difference.
Gotcha. You know, I've got to jump around a little bit, but I talked to Mike Gambrell,
Right.
who lives in Honeypath. I think he has a Honeypath address at least.
Right.
Now, did you go to Belton Honeypath High School,
Yeah.
or was it Honeypath High School?
Belton, Honeypath.
So it was consolidated at that
Right.
point. Yeah.
They consolidated about 64, I
Okay,
believe. And
okay.
I graduated in 73.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's interesting. Well, some good folks over there in the BHP area, the Bears.
Right.
Yeah. Well, Ronnie, I appreciate you coming in.
I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, and y'all, if you live in Ward 6, or even if you don't, and you have city concerns, you know how to get in touch with me. But certainly Ronnie's, both of our contact information, but Ronnie's contact information's on our city website, and I know he's always available to meet with constituents. So.
Just give me a call, even if you're not from Ward 6, give me a call. And if I'm not there, leave your name and number, and I'll get back with you. I promise you that.
Ronnie, appreciate your time.
Mayor, I appreciate it.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.